Hello, my name is Alexander, and today will be showing you a couple of stupid deity tricks that you could just use even if you're a noob or inexperienced here with these 4X types of games. Tip: stupid deity trick number 1. If you know how to download mods, then look for a mod that has really a really overpowered unit, such as the Marv from Unciv Gaming's mod here. The Marv is around 350 strength and has strength against city around 200%, which brings it around on the 1050 strength. 1050 strength against a city with a strength of 100 it's gonna get conquered really quickly. I'll show. I mean, there's this one time here in this video that I realized how broken this unit is.
Tiles with these mares. Oh my gosh.
You know, in this video, I just tapped on a mark, tapped on a city, and I realized I could just one-shot at the city. Yeah, this feels really weird and really broken. So I decide to conquer the rest of the world with these sweet mare herbs. I mean, they can just one-shot these units here. I mean, I think what's nice about this mod here is that if you start the mod there, it really encourages you to produce a lot of units. But science is also important, and here. Well, science can really get at you more, advancing is more faster, but yeah, long story short, I basically conquered the entire world with the help of these Marvs. I mean, even in Raisin Cane's here's delicious chicken, and ain't gonna stop me from conquering the entire world.
Yes, we can steamroll Washington. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is really overpowered. Stupid deity trick number 2. Start at the medieval era or the classical era and rush a couple of spearmen and catapults here. I mean, and I decided to try this, and it's shockingly effective, but this dude or girl here doesn't recommend it with huge mass with small city-states and nations. No, I was playing as Persia here, and then Persia, as usual, decided to attack me here. Just about to get my first catapult here, and with this strategy, it's highly recommended to get a unique replacement for these spearmen or catapults in order for this strat to be more effective. Persia is highly recommended as a set sense of its Acme legacy ability. I mean, you can just pop one of their great generals and you'll have extra logistics points. The extra logistics points will help you really significantly. Trust me. Yeah. Try out Persia Unciv Gaming and you'll see how overpowered it really is. And plus there's another stupid deity trick that you can also try here. And that is to try out a war with Genghis Khan here, and to try and steal their Khans. Their Khans are really precious here, since they help you heal adjacent units to it every turn, like in a 1 tower radius. So, well, since these 3 units are here, they're all gonna heal like 15 HP. Looks like we had got our first catapult. If you're in the late game and Genghis Khan has been warmongering a lot, you have a real high potential to get Khans here for healing purposes. If you're in deity, it's highly recommended to work on science, and so that's one tip that you should know, but that's not a stupid deity trick. Oh, Persia and Mongolian cons feel really broken. Oh my goodness. All you have to do is strategically place your units and cons and either make them heal in the same turn and you're gonna be fine. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am being so overpowered now. Genghis, please show mercy. I mean, my capital here is really getting wrecked right now. Oh, please, Genghis, just stop warmongering on me, please. Yes. Okay. Hey? Oh, and you have a spearman inside your city. Well, too bad because I'm gonna conquer it anyways. And yes, I'm playing on one city chance here just to show how powerful Persia is with these cons here, and how this setup is gonna get you really powerful. So, this dude here is as he states, he recommends starting in the era, but you can also start in the classical era. It's not just as effective as long as you go for mathematics. It's for your first technology to research right away. Besides all these engineered attacks, get up a bunch of spearmen and play as Persia, and you're basically gonna be fine. There's no need to complain. Here, just keep an eye on your golden age is here. Huh? Speaking of Persia here, huh? Another stupid the trick that you can actually do here is play as a OP nation. The nations that I recommend here, if you're not so experienced on deity, is Egypt, England, the Inca, and Persia. And how do you utilize them well that you can easily break the game with them? Well, for Persia, it's simple. Just pop a golden age with one of your great generals or great artists. Also, get a couple of immortals and shout that cheesy strategy that the dude from earlier just recommended. Just rush a couple of spearmen and catapults. And for me, if you want a quick domination victory, you can always rush do that setup. Rush a couple of spearmen while researching mathematics. Then you can start your conquests very easily. I mean, Unciv Gaming just try Persia in this cheesy setup. Like with the Inca here, you just gotta increase the maps generators elevation and here, and you'll get a lot more hills and mountains, so the Great Andean Road's gonna be even more useful. Not all, and for these precious Terrence farms, the Terrence farms here at a maximum can have like around like 6 food if you are lucky enough to have a hill tile surrounded by 5 mountains. But most of the time you're going to get a Terrence farm that's gonna cost you 2 food for your empire plus 2 food. It'll cost you in a good way, or 1 food if there's no mountains and rains. In that case, just research fertilizers to make these Terrence farms even more useful. Or 3 food if you're lucky enough to get 2 mountains. So that's how you can take advantage of the Inca here. You just gotta work more food here. More food and happiness. More food and happiness is gonna translate into science rather very quickly. For England, you just gotta play on an archipelago map. You should extend the coasts. You just gotta start your max coast expansion very low and the water level at very high. Eh? I mean, sure you're playing on a archipelago map. Play as England, and you'll all start to steamroll here, mainly because most of the cities here are gonna be on the coast, since pretty much everywhere you're gonna find islands. Allow me to demonstrate how powerful this ship of the line is. Yep, that's how powerful the ship of the line is. So if you're playing against a player that's playing as England on multiplayer, maybe you should settle like around 1 to 3 tiles away from the coast. I highly recommend doing that. Okay, well, I haven't have a story for me to tell you about England. I do have a story about Egypt here. I actually got to utilize the war chariots against this city one time, and they were very effective. Horses weren't required, but I just got in the long term back there. Their burial tombs will all make it more viable to play more cities and lost relation to the amount of maintenance costs and happiness it's gonna give you. Monument builders, it's gonna increase production towards wonder production. It's gonna be especially useful against natural wonders and national wonders. It's not sure about the start bias though. With Babylon on here, Ingenuity is gonna help you keep up with the AI's technological advances. So, go straight for writing Planet Academy, and you'll start to soar. Alright. And if you play your cards right, go straight for these techs that have science buildings. You're gonna get pretty far ahead of the AI. Yeah. Which brings me to stupid deity trick number 3. Play against Babylon and just steal a great scientist from Babylon. Just play your cards right, make sure your main unit doesn't get destroyed, and plant an academy in your cities. This is gonna help you if you're really growing low on the science very early on, and you know it. And I mean, if you're not growing low on science with these great scientists, then you really don't need to steal a great scientist. But if you manage to steal great scientists when you don't even hit, you're gonna actually soar in tech rather than Babylon. That's what pretty much that's happened when I played as the Incan Empire here. If you play as Babylon and if you get a great scientist very early on, right around like turn 16, you're gonna actually get a free scientist. And if you play an academy, this is gonna double your science return from 8 to 16. And all these technologies here are gonna cost like 2 to 3 turns to research. So Babylon, although in the short term, is not really useful with the great scientists, but play your cards right with Babylon, and you'll actually get ahead in the tech tree. Okay, the last potentially overpowered nation that I would like to mention here is the Ottomans. I know, it's just. I know that in my tier list book here, it seems like a okay or meh civ or nation, but with these types of nations, you need to really play your cards right in order for them to be powerful. And Suleiman is mainly naval focused with their unique ability and start bias. Is here. Alright. Melee units have a 1 in 3 chance to capture defeated melee units. I mean, with that ability, you can potentially capture England's ship line, which will actually grant you a chance against England here. Uh, if you manage to get a ship of the line along with barbarian co-stars, the elements might potentially be a broken civilization to play as. Stupid deity trick number 4. Declare war and steal the AI's workers. This is not only going to cripple the AI here, but it's also going to give you the really dirty advantage on here on saving production on these precious workers. Because if you... I just recently had to help with these big water packs, and anyways, it's... Each time you try and steal a worker from the AI or on here, you gotta be really cautious about the fact that the AI, if you don't try and negotiate peace as fast as you can, the AI is gonna come and get you. So make sure to be prepared with at least 4 range units. It's either that or you can be brave enough to survive on just 1 unit. Based on geography alone. I mean, I'm basically on a coastline, and I'm surrounded by hills along with jungle here. If you are brave enough to defend yourself just by relying on your geography, be my guests. Stupid deity trick. Number 5. Trade with the AI prior to your war declaration. Take all their gold per turn, and in the middle of your war declaration, make sure you trade gold away from them, and then declare war. You'll lose all your previous trades, but you'll also get a really short boost in gold. I mean, for some reason the AI seems to accept your trade request, though. Oh. So, another stupid DD trick you can actually do here is with this stupid trade here. Or this really stupid trade trick. Just trade away all your gold per turn, or potentially your stuff to the AI. Then pillage. Step 3, wait next turn. And you get your gold per turn back. That's a really useful, stupid deity trick, especially if you want to declare war immediately as soon as you're in white. As soon as you're in peace here, so just make sure you trade at least a resources or a luxury, anything that you can pillage that will bring your resources here into the negatives in your so-called trade deal with the AI. Anything pillageable that you can bring into the negatives, so you can easily use this trade cutting thing very easily in order to just siphon gold from the AI to get rid of peace very early on. I really don't know why you'd want to get rid of peace, since, well, everyone wants world peace. What does everyone want to do with pillaging your own trade deals just to get rid of a peace deal? Why would anybody want to do that, honestly? Okay, so I think that's all these stupid deity tricks that I have actually managed to look at. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe. See you guys next time. Goodbye.